Your elevation makes you an enemy of those you leave behind. See, the way you move is designed to make people either step up, back out, or back down. You know, and there are plenty of people on this path. They should have gone with you, but instead, their pride and ego made them go against you. But that's their problem. The thing is they'll try to make it your problem along the way, and that's where you grow. And see, if people are going to try to throw all kinds of obstacles and everything in the way, try to get everybody and their puppy to go against you, but it's not going to work. Why? Because God's plan, it'll turn your family, your journey, your spiritual journey, it'll turn your family members against you if they weren't already, because a lot of our spiritual journeys start in childhood, but we don't realize what it is until, of course, later in life. And some of the blockages I wanted to talk about, mainly things established by society and these systems, like religion. Religion is a box. That's basically trying to put God in a box. And the main message with religion is don't be a shitty person, man. Don't treat people like shit, but treat them according to their understanding. But that doesn't mean still treating them like shit. If you have to separate, to maintain or elevate, then that's just what you do. But some people, they really take that eye for an eye thing to heart, even if it's not in the physical sense, and that tit for tat is what gets you stuck like them. They might come around, do you wrong, but that's how their mind works. They think, oh, this person looks cool, or like they're enjoying themselves, enjoying life, they're happy with themselves and confident. Let me go try to destroy that. And they already showed you how they're moving when they try to come into contact with you on that frequency. So why lower your frequency and down to their level just to try to get back at them? See, people can only bring you down if they're already beneath you, because trust and believe that anyone who has nothing to lose will help you lose all your shit too. And those are the people you need to separate from, because even if you aren't elevating at the moment due to whatever reason that is your own fault, they will damn sure help you get dragged down. And these people, they think the devil's going to bring them their karma. No, it doesn't work like that. The devil simply helps you rack up your karma. That's why these people, they look like they're winning, because the devil's just letting them have a good old time, right? Have run free game, and reign supreme basically right now. But that karma is just racking up until karma comes back around full circle and smacks them into a cartwheel basically, because one thing about those tables, they always turn. So let them have their fun, and you keep your vibrations up, your frequencies up, because once they lower to them, you can get caught up in their karma, even if it's helping them out. Not everybody deserves help, especially if you see them not trying to help themselves. They're probably, and they're in a really bad position or situation, they're probably reaping karma. So you don't, those are people you don't need to help, in it, especially if you see them not trying to help themselves, because you can get caught up in that too, and it will be, a major setback for you, because you've already, more than likely, your intuition has already warned you. God has already warned you, look, leave these people alone, get from around these people, or you will be on that sinking ship with them. Because you got to make sure when you look back in your boat, everybody's rowing and nobody's drilling holes. These people, they'll drill holes in your boat and make sure you don't make it. Like I said in my previous video, they don't care about their own destruction. They just don't want to see you win. So that's why they're so quick to hop on your boat. Like us, the chosen ones, we're really reluctant. Most of us are reluctant to ask for help, because we know how people are. These people, whether you're helping them or they're helping you, it's still bad news for you. Even if you get the help, it comes with a heavy toll and things being held over your head, or they won't let you, even if you repay it. Oh, remember that time? These people like to live in the past, so they get stuck there. Why do you want to live in the past? And then you got plenty of people living there for you, which are typically these type of people, these oh, I do something for you and I'll never let you forget it because that's where I get my energy from. And, you know, I feel like that should have been good karma for me. And they feel like you're the ones that's supposed to deliver that karma. And that's the whole thing. You're not supposed to deliver any karma. You're supposed to, you know, do what God tells you to do and then leave it at that. Be, you know, and he's only going to tell you to do right and do good to others. So trying to, you know, if you can pay, and he's gonna, you know, not allow and not allow, and have you in a situation where you can afford or not afford to do something like that, to help people or not to help you, because God will take things away from you to keep you from helping the wrong people. You know, to keep you, like, have you ever been on your way to, I don't know, I'm just gonna throw something out there, been on your way to pick someone up, and, you know, you notice like you don't even have gas money and you have to cancel that, or something happens on their end. You know, there's a party you want to go to and you want to bring a gift, and you bought one that you really couldn't afford, right? And then, you know, they canceled the party. You weren't supposed to do it. So that's the beautiful thing. And if you can't afford it, why are you trying to do something anyway? Why are you trying to break yourself, regardless of if they helped you or not? You know, when it's your time to help them, if you're supposed to help them, you'll be in a perfect situation to do so. And, you know, you won't get that little tug on your intuition, oh, don't help this person. You won't get that little gut feeling. You'll get a feeling, you know, it'll be all love, all radiant. So, you know, your frequency, how you move, you know, dictates how they move too. You know, and it also exposes them and how they're going, you know, who they truly are, you know, be it standalone or with, or who they are to you, you know, because it's not everybody, you know, they might be really nice or really good people, but that's just who they are to you. They were supposed to be the demon in your life. And that's what people get misconstrued when they get into gossip, rumors, and everything like that, is that, you know, even if the rumor is true, like I had someone spreading a rumor about me putting a hit on someone, or them, or several people, or acting like it, or something stupid, and it's not even something I do, and, you know, they just did not like me, right? You know, for whatever it seemed like they hated me, the kind of rumors and stuff, and how consistent they were there at every place I would be, or every place I frequented, spreading those same lame rumors. And it always came down to sex in this picture that I actually photoshopped and put on my laptop just to see if they were stalking. And of course, damn sure they were. They took that picture and ran with it, and, you know, I let them, you know, just like I didn't even correct them for years. They did this. They ran around with this picture. Then I finally dropped the bomb, you know, and that just shows you. And, you know, it moved me. Something moved me to drop the bomb. I don't know if it was God or not, but it's just like, yeah, okay, come out with the truth now. So truth is out. And, you know, it was long story short, it was a transgender I knew back in the day. You know, they were, you know, yeah, he really had my back. You know, it hurts to this day, and I never told anyone this, but I might as well come out with it now. Yeah, he really had my back. I'm not gonna say his name. I don't think I don't feel that it's a good time. I'm trying to contemplate here if I should say his name. He was a transgender, and of course, you know, he's dead. You know, not of course, but you know how people's mindset were, and, you know, back in the day, and the environment. I come from Houston, Texas, and, you know, they are really bigoted against that stuff, very biased. And he was killed, you know, homicide. And, you know, he I don't even know if it was him talking, but it's something told me, you know, Photoshop my face on a picture, he said, you know, because we shared everything, like secrets, everything. So this guy went to the grave with my secrets, and vice versa. So maybe I won't share his name, just because, you know, I'm not that type of person, and none of us are. We will go to the grave with our secrets, no matter how dirty a person does us after, even if they spread everything they can, even if they lie to their grave. They can lie to their grave, and we can be real to ours. And that's nothing wrong with that. People try to make you think, oh, you should get on this revenge tip. It's not the way to go, because it only leaves you in a circle of death, not the circle of life. So, you know, everything around you will be dying until you eventually either wake up or you end up dead yourself. So, yeah. But anyways, yeah, they'll spread these rumors and lies, and, you know, how you move, they move the exact opposite. Just because they want to be in opposition to you, everything you say, it doesn't matter how right or true it is, they want to be in opposition to it. And you know, that is their toxic attachment to you and your life. You know, these lies were they set up a lie that, you know, basically ties them to you energetically, and you know, gives them an entryway for a very long time, or as long as they can possibly keep it up, until people start waking up. The innocent, I call them, because they really don't know any better. You know, they're believing these lies, and people gravitate towards gossip, unfortunately. They say it's human nature, but there's a lot of things that people say are human nature, and it's just a matter of discipline, period. You know, it's a bunch of bullshit, and I'll get on that, because there's a lot of things, oh, it's human nature. Gossip is not human nature. You know, the curiosity of what's being said, yeah, that's human nature, but if you actually participate, that is a matter of discipline. Don't participate in that. And the way I carry myself, people just know not to come to me with that shit. Like, don't come to me with somebody else's business. Come to me with starting a business, an idea or something. There's a saying that goes, let me see, high-minded people, or people with an elevated mind, discuss ideas. Mediocre-minded people discuss events, and small-minded people discuss other people. See, the key is to master yourself, not master another motherfucker's business. You know, that's the whole point. You know, you're supposed to be here to master yourself, but you know, other people, you know, like these celebrity gossip columnists or whatever you call them, you know, talking about a whole bunch of stuff that, you know, people will forget, because people do these days especially have a short attention span. You know, so they're running around in circles trying to gather information about somebody else to keep this attachment to them. And so, you know, because the attachment gives them what they call nowadays clout. It gets them attention, because if they talked about themselves, no one will give a fuck, man. It's funny, you know, because they have to energetically tie themselves to you to keep a storyline going, and to keep, you know, because they want that beef with you, they want that smoke. And you know, you can't give them life, man. And I was making that mistake for a long time, all on Facebook or whatever, you know, blasting them, and people were laughing at them. Yeah, it was all fun and games, but I was honestly tired of them coming around. Like, don't you have a life? You know, come to find out, you know, a few of them had families, and you know, they ended up going to jail, and their families knew nothing of it. And yeah, some of them are in jail now. Is that how you really want to wreck your life, worried about something else that didn't even happen? That's how hard you want to pursue a lie. Yeah, I just don't recommend. I say no all the way. But in the same breath, do you? You know, if that's your life, do it. But yeah, and as you elevate and people see you elevate, this is why they don't want you to elevate, because they want their stories to look true. They want you to look like you just ain't shit person. But the fact of the matter is, those who mind don't matter, and those who matter do not mind. You know, get those people who mind everything, especially somebody that's minding your business, right? It's another motherfucker minding your business all the time, and then they want to spread that and just to have something to say and something to talk about, and try to make you feel a way, because hey, look, I'm getting all the people that are around you that you like to talk to. And now mind you, myself, I'm an introvert, so I don't really go out of my way too much to talk to anybody. And if I take my time to talk to someone, it's going to be genuine. I'm not going to sit here and waste time with small talk and a bunch of bullshit. You know, like, I genuinely care about the people who, you know, take the time out to talk to me, or you know, depending on what the intention is, what the reason is. You know, if you're coming around me to try to scoop or whatever, I can give a fuck about you. You know, because I could go from serenading you to, you know, just real cutthroat real quick. It doesn't matter. That switch is very quick with me. So, you know, especially when I find out I don't have, you know, there's no problems with us, the chosen ones, cutting people off. You know, that's not a thing for us. It's just like, we just want to make sure, my thing I know for sure with me is, I want to be justified when I cut people off, like all the facts and evidence, and you know, I have to see it clear cut and dry. And you know, I'm sure my guardian angel's up there like, yo, she a little slow, huh? Nah, I swear, I just want to be justified on when I'm, you know, when I move, when I elevate, who needs to come with me. But I learned to let that go, and you know, let go and let God, because God's going to show me, and if they're meant to elevate with me, they'll meet me on my level, you know, whatever level that is at the time, or they'll be able to elevate to my level, and they'll be able to pull me up with them, or vice versa. Whichever way they make it there, they'll be able to get on my level, or I'll be able to get on theirs. Whichever is supposed to come, they will be in your life if they're supposed to be. So learn to let these folks go, man. Stop trying to hold on to people, because you know the way you move exposes them the whole time. You know, even if you're sitting there just chilling, you don't even have to be moving and doing nothing. Like, you could just be sitting there straight meditating, straight chilling. They feel that energy when you're at peace. That energy, that's a high frequency when you're just sitting there in your own energy. You know, you're creating your own orb around you, and they notice that. They notice your aura. You know, they can see, you know, they can see those things. Like, they can't read energy, but they can feel it. You know, if that makes any sense at all, I'll have to find a better way to explain it. And they can't take it. You know, they can't take the fact that you're comfortable being by yourself, and you know they're miserable, and misery loves company. You know, they can't take it that they don't know how to find it within themselves to be happy, and they don't want to do the work, but you did. But somehow they're jealous of you. They don't know what you've been through. They you know, they don't know what you had to do that inner work, and the obstacles you had to overcome just to get by yourself long enough to do that work, or to get in your mind enough to do this work on yourself. But they're mad at you, right? And they didn't do any of the work. They just believe it's entitled to them, which makes no sense at all. So your elevation is they're gonna make you a lot of enemies, unfortunately, but the enemy isn't within. It's them. You know, like, if you don't care, you really don't have an enemy. You know, they have an enemy within themselves, because they're sitting there watching what you do and refusing to do the work. See, the time they spend watching you, and I'm not gonna say anything you probably don't already know, the time they spend watching you and trying to cause towers in your life, to you know, cause towers, delays, you know, death and destruction to things in your life, you know, that's time they could be working on themselves. But they refuse to do that. You know, they refuse to leave you alone. They refuse to take their eyes off of you, you know, and you're supposed to keep your eyes on your own prize. Watch your own prize. And that's all that matters. Keep your eyes and focus on God and what your purpose is in life, because nobody's purpose, or maybe it is, I could be wrong, is to sit up day and night and find ways to hate on a motherfucker. Like, it doesn't make sense. You know, it doesn't make sense to me. But you know, that maybe that is some people's purpose, and that's a really pitiful existence. And you know, it's the karma for these people is so bad that you actually feel sorry for them, and you're gonna want to help. Do not, I repeat, do not interrupt these people's karma, because it will then become you will inherit that karma. You'll be right in the middle of their karma. And like I said, people who have nothing to lose will help you lose all your shit too. And there's gonna be people with more than you hating on you. You know, people with way more than you financially. You know, they have all the friends, all the family. You know, they have all this material stuff, right? But they're mad at you. You know, I was homeless and had people hating on me. People knew I was, you know, without home. You know, without shelter for the time being, of course. And I was still getting hated on, living in my van, living in storage units, living in my car, you know, couch surfing here and there, you know, because I refused to just, you know, be in one home, because then they start having expectations of you, you know, not good ones either, not reasonable ones either, you know, especially after I sent my son to his dad. You know, it was all me by myself. I never stayed on another couch. I never stayed in another house. It was renting hotel rooms, you know, and so on and so forth. I was scrambling at first because I had my son. When I got my son with his dad, I was able to, because I know my son will never see a day without a roof over his head of some, you know, that wasn't a car. Yeah, he would always have an actual home roof over his head. I succeeded in that. And then, you know, I was like, I can't afford it anymore, so on and so forth, and I have to get a loan so I could start over, you know, start a new career and start building on my resume for that, so I could start getting a higher income. Did that. But you know, now he wants to stay with his friends, which is cool too, because it gives me more time to build and leave something for his future. So yeah, but you know, even through all that, people, family, friends, or associates, I'm not even gonna call them friends, associates, hating on me. You know, I'm busting my ass at working on cars, lifting tires that are 100 pounds, lifting them over my head just to put them on the wheel, on the rotor and the wheel studs, and get it to match up. I mean, just working. They see me working. You know, they see me working nonstop. They're in there in the background talking, you know, because they saw greatness. Like, you know, greatness comes from hard work though. But they wanted to stop greatness. You know, like, who wants to stop greatness in somebody else? Yeah, if you don't want to stop it in yourself, what makes you want to stop it in somebody else? It's probably, if you have none, or your greatness doesn't equate, you know, to their greatness doesn't equate to yours. You know, because we all have the same 24 hours as Oprah Winfrey, as any celebrity, as any millionaire, billionaire out there. It's a matter of how you spend it. If you spend your 24 hours hating, you're just gonna be a hater. If you spend, you know, your 24 hours building yourself, you're just gonna be a better version of yourself. It's just that simple. And, you know, if you spend 24 hours hating, then you're just gonna be stuck. And that's your life. You know, do what you want to with your life. And life is too short to be stuck at any given moment. You know, you always have to be elevating somehow, energetically, physically. You know, if you're not thinking, work out, learn a new recipe or something, anything, you know, learn a healthy recipe. You know, whatever you do, pick up healthy habits, because hating is not healthy. You know, it's nothing healthier than minding your business, man. And like they say, you know, there's a saying that I just heard recently, happy hoes ain't hating, hating hoes ain't happy. So, you know, but the thing is like, you know, everybody ain't hoes, you know, but so let's say folk, happy folk ain't hating, and hating folk ain't happy. And there couldn't be anything more true, because people who sit up and hate all day are miserable. But like, you know, your elevation is gonna make them enemies. You know, your moves are going to expose them. Go figure, right? Like, how you move exposes them. Like, and then the crazy thing is they'll go from person to person and try to dig up information on you as if you talk to people. Now, they have already alienated you, quote unquote, which I don't see how you can alienate an introvert and people who like being by yourself, but go ahead, try it. And then, you know, if they see you talking to anybody, they're up that person's ass trying to talk to them to dig information on you. Like, I'll give an example. Say you drive, you know, a piece of shit car. You know, that piece of shit car gets you from A to B. You're happy with it, you're content with it, but it breaks down or whatever. And, you know, or you're just driving it day in and day out. They come in and hate on the car. And then, you know, what they're doing is try to get that person to defend you so they could tell your business to them, right? So say, oh yeah, I don't know what this motherfucker's doing with this raggedy ass car. He can't even afford a new car. And then, you know, you managed you told somebody that you never would see talking to him or whatever, just unknowingly you told somebody, oh yeah, I'm going to the dealership, you know, to get me a new Toyota Tacoma or some shit. And, you know, that person will be right there to say that shit. You know, that little raggedy piece of shit car you got driving, they don't pay them enough to buy another one. Actually, you know, give a name of somebody I don't know. Hernandez, I'm just going to give it that. Hernandez is actually going to get a Toyota Tacoma. He's going to go get a new truck. And they'll keep digging and digging until they try to find out your finances. Some of them will hack your phone and stuff like that. And the whole time it's like nobody's asking, how are you getting this information? You know, that's what they don't see, how they're getting the information, you know. And if you react to these people, because they'll say a bunch of loud stuff like sideways or whatever, and expect you to just turn around and be like, what, who, instead of quit working. They want to be your distraction. You know, they want to be your distraction so they could attach you. You can get that spiritual disconnect. So they want you, you know, they were wanting me to hurt myself because I'm lifting these big ass tires and engine, like, you know, like car parts and stuff I really needed to focus on so I would not get myself hurt. And they be in the background screaming, trying to distract me. And one of them even ran around claiming they put cyanide in my water. Now, mind you, I was working in Houston, Texas at a dealership, hot ass Houston weather, in a factory, right? Automobile shop. And there they are screaming. I'm standing on the racks, and, you know, one of them was faulty actually one day, and I almost lost my life under a truck. Had a lot of near-death experiences in my life. I'm sure I'll cover some of them with some of these videos. But I was you know, of course, busting my ass is all. Anytime you saw me, I was working or eating. It was one or the other. It wasn't anything else. And then I would go train martial arts, and then go, you know, back to my storage unit, my car, my hotel, whatever I had for the night, and go the fuck to sleep. And you know, I would be tired at the end of the day. And these people, one thing they have is time. Things they have are time and the audacity. You know, so I'd be exhausted, and these people just had they didn't even have a lot of energy. They just had a lot of time on their hands, because I know you can't have energy while you're sitting around talking and eating all day. You know, just they barely got the lung power. That's why their sentences were so short, because they ain't got, you know, they don't have the oxygen to really say enough to even make me look up, you know. So I kept my eyes on the prize. Moral of that story. And yeah, all you have to do is keep your eye on the prize, stay focused, be a horse with the blinders on. You don't even see these people, and if they step in front of you, you know, ain't nothing. As long as they don't put their hands on you, then that's another story. Put their ass in the grave. Try to put them in the dirt, you know, hurt them. You know, but other than that, you know, just look through them. You don't even see these motherfuckers. Just look through them. You know, like I'm looking through these glasses right now. I can see my screen perfectly through the glasses. That's how you should be about your vision, your dream, your goals, your purpose. You don't even see the little bullshit specks on your glasses, man, that be in front of you. You see your vision, where you're supposed to be doing, you know. And again, I leave you with this: drink plenty of water, eat roots, work out, learn something new. Life is too short to be minding somebody else's business, and time is the only thing that is truly priceless. So you tell people what you're worth, and it's always best, and it is healthiest to mind your business.